You are now listening to the Highly Evolved Podcast with your host, Safan. Transmission will commence momentarily.
Thank you for listening to the Highly Evolved Podcast. I'm your host, Safan. You can find me on Twitter and Gab.ai. Today's episode, we're going to talk about Chicago. What happened in Chicago? Apparently, yesterday, Chicago just had their election, and they elected a black, liberal, lesbian mayor. Wow. Can you believe that? Now, nothing will ever get done. Nothing will ever get done. The smaller kids will not be seen. Police will be furious. All right. A liberal. All right. It turns out Chicago will never learn their lesson. Chicago are so stubborn. They're not going to bend over. They're not going to be. They're too empowered to the Democratic Party, right? They're too dependent of the Democratic Party. You see, look, how many time do Chicago have to suffer for them to realize that what they're doing right now is not feasible, all right? It's not sane. The definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over, voting the same people over and over again, all right? Voting the same people over and over again. And this woman, what's her name? Her name is Lori Lightfoot. Look at the name. The name sounds like it's been made up, right? It's been made up. Lori Lightfoot. What the hell? You can tell she got elected because of her, not because of her policy, right? I don't think she got elected because of her policy. Her policy don't matter to Chicago, I'm guessing, right? She's not getting elected because of her policy. She got elected because she's a black, lesbian, liberal, female, right? Basically. And what you can't get any liberal than Chicago. All right, you can't. It's a dark day. No pun intended. It's a dark day for Chicago. Chicago, there's no hope. Chicago's gonna be like, there's gonna be a riot in Chicago. I bet you it's gonna be like uproar because the police already filed no confidence with what's her name, Kim Foxx as a DA. All right, they're already furious with the outcome of Justice Smollett, right? And what they do, they elected another corrupt official, right? Another corrupt official. I bet you she got some dirt in the closet. I bet you. And Chicago will never recover. I mean, Chicago, all these liberal cities, they get what they deserve. They want this liberal nonsense. They shall receive it. They shall get it, all right? But there must be a FBI investigation for this. All right, that's the only way for us to find out the truth. They elected this black female. I bet you she's rigged. The whole election is rigged in her favor, right? They elected her so the seal the Justice Smollett cannot be open and see who's connected to this. Right? I'm sure Kamala Harris is connected to this. Obama's connected to this. Michelle Obama connected to this. In the deep state, George Soros connected to this. Remember George Soros contribute $400,000 to Kim Foxx campaign or whatever it is, right? George Soros, the evil man out there, right? This guy, the Nazi sympathizers or collaborators, George freaking Soros, right? How can you get evil than that? Yep, that's the reason why Lori Lightfoot got elected. Right? Chicago will never get justice. This is Chicago politics. This is Chicago politics at its finest right here. You guys see? Chicago politics at its finest. When I went to Chicago, people were scared, man. When I went to Chicago, sure, yeah, the house was dilapidated. The city looked like, you can see the disparity straight up. Northern Chicago is rich and Southside Chicago is poor. You can see this disparity in plain sight. It's not hard. You can see once you pass a certain barrier, you get to the ritzy part, right? It's very glamorous. And once you get to another barrier, it's really deprived, right? Depravity, right? And I was resting at the south side of Chicago, right? But when I live in the hood all my life, so the street doesn't scare me. I've been mugged, intimidated in the street. It's a common thing for me, right? So when I was in Chicago, my friend told me that everybody's scared. Like, even the locals are scared there. I was like, what the hell is that bad? I didn't realize it was that bad. That local was telling me that it's not a good place for Chicago right now, right? Locals, and you should and when in Rome, do as the Rome do, right? So I was in Chicago. I was like, you know what? There's nothing, and everybody was scared off their feet. We were even waiting at a bus stop. My friend was scared, and I was like sitting there casually, acting nothing gonna happen. To my own ignorance, I didn't know because I didn't even know it was that bad. Chicago, and this was like what, 2015. It was that bad in Chicago. All right, and now it doesn't get worse. Rahm Emanuel can't do nothing. He was the former Obama what's that? Staff leader or whatever, staff organizer, whatever the heck he is, right? Chief of staff, right? Obama chief of staff. Then he got elected. I remember I went to Lollapalooza 2012, right? Lollapalooza 2012 in Chicago. It was only in Chicago, right? He went upstage, introduced the Black Keys. Everybody booed him off stage. All right? That's how bad Rahm Emanuel. And I'm thinking here, how can Rahm Emanuel still get it? This is 2012, right? 2012, and fast forward to a couple of weeks ago, and I said to myself, how is Rahm Emanuel still the mayor of Chicago, right? And he got a lot of dirt in his sleeve. So my question is that Rahm Emanuel is a Democrat, not learning their lesson from electing a Democrat. How are you, Chicago? How are you able to elect another Democrat into office, right? Let alone a liberal, black, female, lesbian. All right? Chicago's going to be held in a handbasket. I'm telling you. All right? And you know what's crazy? Lori Lightfoot, she was born the same day as Barack Obama. The same day, right? I forgot what Barack Obama. You could Google when his birthday. But the thing is, she's 1 year younger than him. She's born the same day as Barack Obama, but 1 year younger. You can tell there's corruption written all over it. All right? Lori Lightfoot. How long do you guys think a corruption is gonna pop up? A scandal. How soon will a scandal gonna pop up? Chicago are known for their bad policy and politics, right? All right. Remember when Barack Obama got elected and they was trying to sell his Senate seat. They was trying to sell the Senate seat, not let the people vote, but sell it. Okay? Okay, this was 2008. This is ridiculous. Chicago, oh my God. All right. Don't depend on Chicago for anything, right? Chicago is held in the handbasket. Southside Chicago, you guys it's over. Chicago, you might as well file for bankruptcy right now. Okay? Be like Detroit, just file for bankruptcy. All right? Everybody are leaving Chicago, right? And I feel sorry for black people because they don't deserve this. All right? I want all prosperity for black people. All right? I want all prosperity because one less black person one more black person who is successful and don't need assistance from government, that's one person I don't have to worry about. All right? That could do harm to other people. All right? The more black people are risen out of poverty and disparity, the less people we have to worry about being robbed, being hijacked. All right? I'm not saying black people are criminals, right? But the alarming minority numbers is proven fact of what it is, all right? That's why I want the best for them, right? The more of them come out, the more we uplift them, the less we have to worry about crimes, all right? It may sound a little racist, but it's true, right? I'm not a racist, but sometimes truth hurts. You might find it offensive, right? You know why it's offensive? Because it's truth. That's why. I'm sorry. I have many ethnic friends, right? But sometimes you got to break it off to them hard. It's like having a son, right? A son that don't listen, your dad telling you what the real thing is. Then the son get hurt, all right? I'm sorry, but you have to learn tough love. That's what it is. That's what Chicago needs. Chicago needs some tough love right now. And by electing this woman, Lori Lightfoot, she's gonna mask them with fake news and all this stuff. All right. It's gonna be bad for Chicago. All right. If anything, they need to do a recall election or find out what's the electoral. I'm sure there's some fraud going on. All right. I'm sure there's some fraud going on. Chicago, you deserve better. All right. Especially living in a harsh climate like Chicago, where it's kind of terrible in the summertime and the weather is like abnormal. So one time it's raining, one time it's thunder, one time it's sunny, and the bugs over there too. The bug is crazy. You deserve better. At least have the better policy maker in office, all right? Because you guys are living through hell already at the environment that you're living. Pick somebody better. And the Democrat is not the best route. I'm sorry, Chicago. But Lori Lightfoot, she got to go. Kim Foxx, she got to go. And everybody else that's affiliated with the Democratic Party, they got to go, all right? Illinois, especially rural Illinois, you guys need to step up, all right? Stepped up. Don't let this big city take over you guys, all right? But on that note, guys, let me know what you think. You think Lori Lightfoot is a scam, is a sham? You think she's deserving? You think it's rigged? For one, my opinion, I think it's rigged somehow. The FBI need to investigate. Trump need to go in there. But on that note, guys, thank you for listening to me. This is the Highly Evolved Podcast. Check me out on Twitter and Gab.ai. And I'm not funded by anybody. You can support me by subscribing or follow my social media site. On that note, guys, you have a good day, and thank you for listening. Peace.